What are you 100% sure of you saw but nobody believes you? 1. When I was a kid I had this really creepy clown that was sat on a little wooden swing that hung from my fireplace in my bedroom. Now I'm not afraid of clowns, but that thing made me feel like I was being watched, but my parents wouldn't let me get rid of it because my grandmother gave it to me. One day I had had enough of the damn thing. I was probably about 10 because it wasn't long before we moved out of that house. I decided that I didn't want it watching me playing, so I turned it round to face the wall. It was hanging close enough to the wall that it wouldn't just spin back round. I sat back down to continue playing with my brats, and after a few minutes I got that prickly feeling like I was being watched again. I looked over my shoulder and that fucking clown's head was on backwards. I noped the fuck out and ran downstairs screaming and crying and begged my mother to come up and look. She did, but when we got to my room the whole fucking clown was facing forwards again. My mom told me to stop being stupid and making a fuss. So the doll conveniently fell out of my window and smashed its porcelain face on the slabs. Fucking thing. 2. Two squirrels were wrestling or having sex in a tree. They fell out and landed on my head, jumped off, then ran away. I went to check my head for any injuries. I felt a small wet spot that was not blood. I swear to God one of those fuckers jizzed on my head. 3. A blue heron was flying with a snake hanging from its mouth. The snake was still wiggling and trying to break free. It finally was successful, but the heron caught it in its foot and somehow in midair threw it back up into its mouth. 4. I used to do junior lifeguards at a small beach in CA. When you were old enough to be responsible, or at least act like it, you had to help out with the younger kids in the afternoon. It was my day to help out and we were leading the kids in stretches. The leaders were facing away from the water and the kids were lying on their backs hugging their knee. I turned to look at the water. No real reason. I saw two seagulls dive bomb out of the sky. It looked like they were wrestling. They landed on the shore where the water isn't more than ankle deep. One of them gets the upper hand and started to hold the other one's head under the water, drowning it. Seagull 2 breaks free, rears its head back, screeches, then stabs the first seagull in the chest with its beak. The first seagull then takes off real quick and the second one flies after it. Not a single person believed me. 5. A dude asked me how to get to Planet Fitness. I told him it was just across the parking lot. I look down at my phone as he starts walking, and after answering a text in about 10 seconds I look up and he's gone. The distance was about a quarter mile of empty parking lot. There were no cars nearby or driving away, so it didn't look like he got in a vehicle or anything. I looked all around but he was gone. Fucking fitness ghost. I wish you many gains.